Demon Saiyan. What kind of existence is that Saiyan who can be called by this name? Lin Chen was really curious about this. Noting down this matter for the time being, Lin Chen then changed to a lighter topic. By the way, aren't there Super Saiyan on planet Sadala? Super Saiyan? What's that? Renzo was taken aback. You don't know about Super Saiyan? No way. Sadala's Saiyan's average strength is much higher than ours, so why don't you know about Super Saiyan? Hanasia was stunned. Then, she was about to open her mouth to explain to Renzo, but Lin Chen kicked her leg. Your Majesty, you. Lin Chen didn't explain. The reason why he stopped Hanasia just now was because at this moment, a prompt which hasn't appeared in a long time suddenly appeared in his mind. Ding! It is detected that host has gotten in touch with planet Sadala's Saiyans, triggering the strongest choices. Choice 1, conceal the information about Super Saiyan and let nature take its course. Reward, 1 time point and power level plus 500,000. Choice 2, reveal the information about Super Saiyan, which will contribute to the strength explosion of planet Sadala's Saiyans. Reward, 3 tubes of 100% S-cell reagent. Choice 3, reveal the information about Super Saiyan God, which will greatly contribute to the strength explosion of planet Sadala Saiyans. Reward, 5 hearts of justice. The best choices. Just a small chat triggered the tasks. Lin Chen didn't expect it, so he stopped Hanasia immediately, and then quickly analyzed the choices. These tasks were related to providing information to Sadala's Saiyans. As he has learned just now, Saiyans of Sadala clearly don't seem to know about Super Saiyan. Maybe they knew, but it is very likely that as time passed, they gradually forgot about Super Saiyan. This is also well explained, because Sadala's Saiyans are peaceful in nature and rarely go through extreme emotions, while Super Saiyan transformation requires not only S-cells, but also extreme emotions, such as anger, as a channel. As Trunks and Goten are hybrids, the conditions for transformation may not be the same for them in the future, so I won't mention them here. In short, because of planet Sadala's Saiyans' personality, they rarely have extreme emotions, so although they have the advantage of being extremely talented, they don't know how to transform into Super Saiyan. Therefore, if Lin Chen tells them the secret, the strength of planet Sadala may go through an unprecedented explosion. However, this is not advantageous for Lin Chen, and instead may harm them. Because don't forget that in the future, God of Destruction Kampa of Universe 6 will propose to hold a tournament with Universe 7. Lin Chen is from Universe 7. Improving Universe 6 Saiyan's strength, isn't that digging a hole for himself? However, the reward this time is quite tempting. 3 tubes of 100% S-cells can give 3 more Super Saiyans to Planet Vegeta at once. As for Heart of Justice, he has an intuition that it should be related to Super Saiyan God. System, what is the use of Heart of Justice? Ding! Replying back to host, Heart of Justice can bestow anyone with a righteous heart, which can be used by Saiyans to provide energy of justice and create a source for Super Saiyan God. However, a friendly reminder to the host, if Heart of Justice is used to become a righteous Saiyan, they then cannot transform into Super Saiyan God by themselves. After pondering for a while, Lin Chen finally made the decision. System, they'll choose 3. Ding, confirming host selection, please complete the task as soon as possible. According to what he had seen in original work, there are altogether 2 ways to become Super Saiyan God. One is the artificial type, that is, 6 Saiyans with righteous heart are gathered together and one among them transforms into Super Saiyan God, and the other is the breakthrough type in which an individual with powerful strength comprehends the divine realm and transform into Super Saiyan God. The latter is far in the future, but the former, as long as he gets this reward, it can soon be realized. At that time, Lin Chen might be able to successfully break through again and transform into Super Saiyan God. Compared with such a reward, the possible consequences of increasing planet Sadala's strength is somewhat trivial. Mr. Renzo, thank you for the information you just provided. In return, I can tell you a rumor circulating in our world. After a pause, Lin Chen said, actually, in our world, there is a special kind of Saiyan transformation called Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God. Renzo was dazed, unable to understand. It was also the first time that Han Asia had heard of it, and she was just as confused. She knows about Super Saiyan as both Lin Chen and her were Super Saiyan, but she has never heard of Super Saiyan God. Even they are hearing Lin Chen mention it for the first time. At this time, Lin Chen was already speaking, explaining about Super Saiyan God. Both Renzo and Han Asia were astonished after hearing him out. They didn't expect that Saiyan could still enhance their strength through other transformations. Mr. Renzo, unfortunately, in our world, it seems that evil Saiyans won in the end, so there are very few Saiyans with a righteous heart on our side, but you are different. I believe a new Super Saiyan God can emerge on planet Sadala. I believe you. Renzo said solemnly, Mr. Lynx, in fact, we do have a similar legend here. According to the legend, the savior at that time defeated the demon Saiyan with the help of 5 righteous companions. According to what you said just now, then the savior should have transformed into Super Saiyan God. I didn't expect that this is not a legend, but the truth. This information is very important to our planet Sadala. If we can really transform into Super Saiyan God, the strength of planet Sadala will have a qualitative leap in the future. Renzo stood up excitedly and gripped Lin Chen's hands tightly. Lin Chen smiled and heard the sound of the system ringing in his ears. Ding, congratulations host for completing the task. Receiving reward, 5 hearts of justice. You're welcome. I don't know if this rumor is true or not, because in our place, it is difficult to find 6 Saiyans with a righteous heart, so I can't guarantee anything. It's okay, they'll still find someone to try it. Renzo said and hurriedly wanted to go out to find someone to try it. Lin Chen sent him out of the spaceship. However, at this moment, they felt a chilling aura suddenly appear nearby. Who? Renzo yelled. He knew very well that this aura was definitely not a Saiyan's. Since every entry and exit of a person who is not a Saiyan of planet Sadala is checked by the Sadala Defense Force and Renzo can't remember an aura similar to this from among those people. This aura was cold, gloomy and full of murderous intent. So much so that Renzo unconsciously erupted his aura and entered a fighting state. At this moment, everyone suddenly heard a voice. You people who killed Plant, I'm here to kill you. Immediately, everyone turned around and they saw an alien with gray body and purple skin standing in front of them. Hit. Seeing that person, Lin Chen was shocked. The person in front of him is surprisingly the number 1 assassin of Universe 6, Hit. Assassin Hit of Universe 6, known as Kill Only from the Front and Kill with 1 hit, is the number 1 assassin of Universe 6. He has a time-skip skill, which is unmatched in the world. Every time he carries out an assassination mission, he will do it openly and kill the target from the front, and no one can escape from his hands. He didn't expect such a dangerous person to appear in front of him, moreover he has come to kill him. It looks like you know me. Then there is no need to talk nonsense. Plant's family hired me to kill you, Saiyan over there, don't get in my way. Hit. You are the universe number 1 assassin, Hit. Damn it. Mr. Lynx, hurry up and leave, let me deal with it. Renzo stood in front of Hit and wanted to buy time for Lin Chen. But at this moment, Hit's figure suddenly disappeared and reappeared in a completely different place as if time had suddenly stopped. Renzo didn't even have time to react before Hit's fist hit him in the stomach and sent him flying, barely breathing. So strong. Renzo held his stomach, his eyes almost bursting out from his sockets. What happened just now? He didn't even see when Hit moved. He wanted to get up, but because the attack just now was too strong, he could barely move. Mr. Renzo, don't get up. He is here for us, let me deal with him. Lin Chen stood up and stared at Hit. Renzo braced himself on the ground with all his energy and shouted, Mr. Lynx, don't. You aren't his opponent. The terror of Hit, the #1 assassin in the universe, is absolutely beyond question. Since Hit began his career, the number of people who could successfully survive against him is 0. Although Lin Chen had erupted out with a terrifying aura before, Renzo still didn't think he would be Hit's match. Fight or flee? Before Lin Chen could make up his mind, he heard the system's voice. Ding! It is detected that host is facing the powerful enemy Hit. Triggering the strongest choices. Choice 1, immediately run away and don't come into contact with Hit for a week. Reward, time freeze skill. Choice 2, fight against Hit and hold on for at least 10 minutes. Reward, time insight talent, a prerequisite for learning time-based skills. Choice 3, defeat Hit. Rewards, time skip skill and tides of time. Triggering choices again. Since he was pressed for time, Lin Chen didn't ponder over each one of them this time, instead he directly asked the system. System, what does time insight talent mean? Ding! Replying back to the host, to learn time-based skills, you need to comprehend the laws of time. Without this talent, host cannot learn time skip even with his beginner martial arts talent. I see. If he didn't have this talent, time skip would be the same as North Kai's spirit bomb. Even if Hit used it hundreds of times in front of him, he wouldn't be able to learn it, right? Thinking of this, Lin Chen selected his choice. System, I choose 2. Ding! Confirming host's choice. The countdown will start the moment host attacks. Choice 1 was immediately eliminated by Lin Chen. Because in front of Hit's time skip skill, unless he abandons Tights and Han-Asia, it is absolutely impossible for him to escape, even if he uses instant transmission. Because Hit's unique time skip skill can freeze time. The theory of Hit's time skip skill is said to freeze time for 0.1 seconds, and during that time, Hit can come and go freely in the frozen space, while others are in a static state. Although this 0.1 second does not seem long, for an expert like Hit, it is long enough to kill anyone he wants to kill. Therefore, if Lin Chen chooses 1, even if he can escape, he will lose Tights and Han-Asia forever, which is impossible for him to accept. As for choice 3, with Lin Chen's current strength, it is completely impossible for him to defeat Hit. Hit can fight against Super Saiyan Blue with his real strength. Beep, beep, beep. At this moment, an electronic sound rang out. Tights was holding a scouter as she looked at Hit and said, Lin Chen, this guy has only 500,000 power levels. It's no big deal. No, Tights, you're wrong, that guy definitely can't have such low strength. I'm afraid he can suppress his aura. Han-Asia corrected. She guessed right. As an assassin, how could Hit not know how to suppress his aura? Scouter can only detect the surface power level. To know the true strength of Hit, Lin Chen will have to use system's powers. System, what is Hit's power level? Ding! After a beep, Lin Chen saw Hit's true strength. Hit, power level 390 million. This power level, he is the most powerful opponent that Lin Chen has ever seen in his life besides himself. However, Lin Chen knew that this number should not be Hit's true power level. Because Lin Chen clearly remembers that Hit also has a unique skill called full power. It is said to be a unique skill, but in fact, it should be said to be a characteristic of Hit. In the original work, it is said that because Hit never met an opponent which required him to use all his strength, he did not do any training for a long time. But because Hit is over 1,000 years old, he has accumulated a lot of potential even though he has not trained for a long time. This is like a game character in an RPG. It has accumulated enough experience points to upgrade to level 100, but it hasn't upgraded yet. But once there is a need, the other party can directly convert these experience points into levels, thereby rapidly improving their strength. Judging from the original work, Hit's true strength should at least be close to Super Saiyan God. It is far from something that the current Lin Chen can deal with. However, although I can't defeat Hit, holding out for 10 minutes. Holding out for 10 minutes against the one-hit kill Hit? Lin Chen muttered in a low voice, and suddenly the corners of his mouth curled up. Then let me try it. Immediately afterwards, Lin Chen began to condense his aura. Rumble. Suddenly, the sky turned overcast and thunder and lightning pierced through the clouds. After a green wave ripple flashed by, amidst the thunder and lightning, Lin Chen's body suddenly changed drastically. Seeing his body suddenly expand, Hit was dumbfounded. This is... What's going on? Renzo, who was still lying on the ground, was also dumbfounded. He never knew that Saiyans could transform like this. Could this be the Super Saiyan God that Lin Chen mentioned before? Hit, it's not going to be so easy to kill me. As soon as his voice fell, Lin Chen rushed towards Hit at an incredible speed. He was so fast that he appeared in front of Hit almost in the blink of an eye. However, as Lin Chen's fist was about to hit him, Hit, whose hands were in his pockets, punched Lin Chen's stomach first. The powerful force sent Lin Chen flying upside down. Crack! Lin Chen's feet dragged across the ground for nearly 1,000 meters before he stopped. What's going on? Tights was stunned. How did that guy hit Lin Chen? Han-Asia, did you see his movements? No. I didn't see anything. Not only they didn't see it, Lin Chen himself didn't catch Hit's movements before he was sent flying. Is this the time skip skill? It's really amazing. In terms of power level, Lin Chen's strength, who has transformed into legendary Super Saiyan, should be almost the same as the current Hit, so there is no reason why he couldn't see Hit's movements. The only explanation is time skip. The moment Lin Chen attacked just now, Hit performed the time skip skill, thus attacking Lin Chen one step earlier. Touching his chest, Lin Chen's body fused with the legendary Super Saiyan bloodline actually felt a little bit of pain. Assassin Hit, your technique really aims at the vitals. Hit was slightly surprised to see that his punch did not kill Lin Chen. You're quite good, I haven't seen anyone who can take my punch in a long time. You're not bad too, few people can send me flying. Lin Chen said with a laugh. Hit's expression didn't change, but his figure seemed to have teleported as he suddenly crossed the distance between him and Lin Chen before waving his fist at Lin Chen again. It's just that Hit was still 2 or 3 meters away from Lin Chen, and it doesn't look like this punch would be able to reach him. But that's just what everyone thinks. Because at the same time as Hit threw a punch, another punch mark appeared on Lin Chen's chest. PFF. Lin Chen spurted out a mouthful of blood and was again sent flying backwards. After adjusting his posture with difficulty, Lin Chen was able to stand firmly again. Invisible energy bullet. I couldn't even sense the aura. It's really worthy of being an assassin's technique. Lin Chen had just stabilized his body when Hit attacked again, but this time, the invisible attack was suddenly blocked in midair. Boom! Hit stopped in surprise and retracted his fist, and looked at the shield around Lin Chen. Shield. But it's useless. Hit bent his legs and clenched his fists at the same time, and like a machine gun, he kept hitting Lin Chen with his fists. Bang, bang, bang. Lin Chen's shield immediately lit up with flashes, but strangely, all the flashes were only from the same point on the shield. Oh no! Lin Chen frowned, but before he could react, his shield was shattered by Hit. The next moment, Lin Chen was sent flying again. Fortunately, this time, Lin Chen didn't fly far before he stopped in midair. It's just that there was blood oozing out from the corners of his mouth. The fight between the two stunned Han-Asia and the others who were watching. Han-Asia and Tights were surprised that someone in this world could suppress Lin Chen in a fight, which they had never seen before. While Renzo was surprised that Lin Chen could hold against Hit for so long. He had heard that no one who was targeted by Hit could last a single move against Hit in the past. What's going on with this guy? Looking at Lin Chen in the sky, Hit's expression turned solemn. He was sure that he did not hold back at all, and several of his attacks hit Lin Chen's vitals, but why is he still alive? Tights. At this moment, Lin Chen's voice suddenly sounded in Tight's mind. Lin Chen. Tights, I'm talking to you using telepathy, listen and do what I say now. In the distance, Lin Chen stared at Hit while using Kamehameha's magic to tell Tights something. After hearing Lin Chen's words, Tights nodded, and then turned around and ran towards the spaceship. Tights, what happened? Han-Asia turned around and asked, but then there was another loud explosion behind them. Hit's fists bombarded Lin Chen heavily again. During the previous few ruthless punches, Lin Chen was easily sent flying by Hit, but this time, he forcibly used his muscles to resist them and held on. When he saw Lin Chen glaring at him, Hit suddenly felt that something was wrong. But at this moment, Lin Chen had already grabbed Hit's hands with one hand, and then grinned. Now your time skip skill will be useless. What? You know about the time skip skill? Hit's calm face finally revealed a hint of surprise. Time skip. Pausing the time, Hit wanted to take the next opportunity to free himself from Lin Chen's hands, but found that the opponent's strength far surpassed his. The huge hand was like an iron pincer, tightly holding Hit's hand, making him unable to retreat. Then, 0.1 second passed. Who the hell are you? I'm Saiyan Lynx. Bang! Immediately after that, Lin Chen's huge hand pressed down on Hit's head and smashed it heavily towards the ground. Bang! The ground beneath the two of them immediately cracked and Hit's entire upper body was almost completely pushed into the ground. He won. Han-Asia cried out excitedly, and just then, Tights came back. Tights, what were you doing? You missed Link's counterattack. That guy Hit should be on the verge of death. Impossible. Lin Chen asked me to put away the spaceship and that he would bring us an escape at any time. What? Han-Asia turned around in surprise, only to find that their spaceship had indeed been put away by Tights into the Hoi Poi capsule. At this moment, she saw Hit, who was originally buried in the ground, suddenly jump out of the ground with a boom. After a few flips in the air, he landed on the ground and except for some sand on his body, there were actually no injuries to be seen. You're quite good. It's been a long time since someone has troubled me so. Then, it'll get serious. Hit loosened up his neck and clenched his fists. Immediately, in Lin Chen's eyes, his power level broke through just like that. Hit, power level, 450 million. Power level, 450 million. You know, after Lin Chen transforms into legendary Super Saiyan, his power level is only about 390 million. But Hit just did a stretch and a gap appeared between the two people's power levels. Sure enough, this guy is just like what Lin Chen remembered. He has infinite potential hidden in his body. After this potential is fully unleashed, only someone at Super Saiyan God level can fight against him. I can't let him raise his power level to that level. Thinking of this, Lin Chen decided to seal his legendary Super Saiyan 2 for this battle. Otherwise, once Hit continues to improve his strength, Lin Chen will have no chance of succeeding. System, how much time do I have left to complete Choice 2? 6 minutes left till the countdown. TCH, there is still so much time left. I'm coming. As soon as Hit finished speaking, he rushed towards Lin Chen at a faster speed than before. This time, Hit didn't use time skip right away, but directly used his newly grown strength to fight Lin Chen head-on. Whoosh, whoosh. The two of them turned into two beams of light and began to move through the nearby mountain. The two beams of light, one green and one purple, collided continuously, then separated immediately, and then collided again. They fought from the ground to the sky, and from the sky to the ground. The berserk aura continuously erupted out from between the two figures, crushing everything around them into powder. At this time, many Saiyans had already sensed the auras and had rushed over to check. Upon seeing this, Renso rushed over to stop them. What a joke! If they get close, with the aura of the two people who were fighting, they will either die or be injured. How can they be allowed to come over? After all kinds of earth-shattering loud sounds, the close-range hand-to-hand fight finally decided the winner. With a loud sound, Lin Chen shot out and got buried in the ground. Before he could stand up, Hit sent a flying kick from the sky, burying Lin Chen deep into the ground. He suffered almost the same as Hit before. Boom! Lin Chen jumped out from the other side of the ground, panting heavily. So strong. Whether it is speed or strength, it is much stronger than before. As expected of a character who only appeared in the later stages. It is currently still too difficult for him to fight Hit. Lin Chen glanced at the time and confirmed that he still needed to hold on for 3 minutes. But with the strength that Hit showed just now, if he fought normally during these 3 minutes, he might die suddenly. No matter how strong a body legendary Super Saiyan has, there is a limit. Broly in the burning battles once got severely injured by Goku, who punched him with a strength exceeding his own. Now that Hit's power level has surpassed his own, if he uses time skip to deliver a few more killer punches like before, Lin Chen doesn't think he can hold on for too long. So, Lin Chen thought of changing his strategy. Hey! Hit! Why didn't you use your time skip skill just now? Don't worry, I didn't use it immediately because you would have died then. Hit said coldly. Is that so? Lin Chen curled his lips and said with a smile, I'm not so sure. I've already seen through your time skip skill. Next time you use it, you'll be able to break it. Is that so? Hit's eyes narrowed. Stop bluffing, no one can break my time skip skill. Then try it. Boom! Hit took the initiative to attack as he rushed towards Lin Chen. Time skip. Just when the distance between the two was rapidly closing, Hit used time skip. He was about to close the distance with Lin Chen, but he suddenly discovered that Lin Chen opposite him was holding a sparkling green energy ball in each palm and was about to smash them on the ground. On the ground? Seeing this, Hit suddenly realized. He hurriedly stopped and stared at the ground, about to step back. But at this time, the time of time skip skill just reached the end. Rumble. The next moment, the energy ball in Lin Chen's hands smashed onto the ground, causing an earth-shattering explosion. The powerful energy directly engulfed everything within a radius of several kilometers of Lin Chen. Amidst the light, Hit was sent flying upside down in a sorry state, and fell heavily to the ground, his face covered in cold sweat. You actually. Hit stared in amazement at the green light ball that was gradually dissipating in front of him. Amidst the light ball, Lin Chen stood in place with a relaxed expression on his face. How is it? Didn't I break it just now? Can this be considered as breaking it? Hit looked displeased. When was his time skip skill ever counteracted like this? No matter what the method is, as long as it can break the time skip skill. Lin Chen said with a grin. In terms of talent in martial arts, he may not be as good as the future Goku, and predict what Hit will do after using the time skip skill based on experience alone. However, Lin Chen came up with another method, which is to use a short-range wide-area energy attack to break Hit's time skip skill. Anyway, he knows that no matter what Hit chooses, Hit will always appear near him after using time skip skill, so he simply attacked the whole area around him, so that no matter what Hit chooses, he will be hit, unless he actively dodges it just like now. Then, I'll counterattack. Yellow-green flames erupted out from Lin Chen's body and with a wave of his hand, the flames shot towards Hit like a rain of bullets. Hit dodged left and right, while constantly using time skip to approach Lin Chen. Come. Time skip. Hit used the time skip skill, and then he saw as Lin Chen again used both of his palms to smash 2 energy balls on the ground. This time, Hit didn't approach immediately, but waited for the time skip skill to end, and when the two energy balls exploded and dissipated, he performed the time skip skill again and quickly attacked Lin Chen. Bang, bang. Hit punched Lin Chen in the chest, creating a sunken palm print on his body. Lin Chen arched back, but he held on, turned over his hand and slapped, sending Hit flying backwards. The two separated again. It was just one round, but they were still not able to determine the victor and loser once again. But overall, Lin Chen's face was slightly bloodstained, while Hit looked relaxed. It was clear that he had the upper hand. "Hey, what did you say your name was?" Hit asked. "Lynx, I'm a Saiyan from another universe." "Another universe?" Hit smiled. "You are the first one who can fight me for so long. If you were not my target, I would be happy to swap pointers with you, but unfortunately, you will die here today." "That's not for sure." "No, it's certain." Hit pulled his hands out of his pockets, and suddenly roared, and the aura on his body erupted out again. How? The aura emitted by Hit caused Hanesia's eyes to widen. Because she shockingly discovered that Hit's ki had improved again. Hit, power level, 500 million. Facing the valiant Lin Chen, Hit once again chose to raise his strength. "Okay then, prepare to say goodbye." Hit clenched his fists, his eyes revealing a trace of coldness. Ding! Just as Hit's voice fell, Lin Chen also heard the system's notification tone in his mind. "Congratulations host for completing the task. Reward, Time Insight Talent. Beginner Martial Arts Talent Evolution." Following the system prompt, Lin Chen suddenly felt something new in his mind. According to the system's explanation from before, Lin Chen can now rely on beginner martial arts talent to comprehend those time-related skills. At the same time, Lin Chen has also completed his task, which means he can leave immediately. However, Lin Chen clenched his fists. "It's a rare opportunity to secretly learn time skip skill from Hit, how can I leave just like this? Hit, it's too early to think of killing me based on your current level." Ha! The next moment, Lin Chen's hands slashed to the sides, and his aura erupted out, turning into yellow-green ki flames. Amidst the ki flames, lightning kept flashing around Lin Chen. Legendary Super Saiyan 2. Lin Chen is actually using this move. Hanasia said nervously. "Hannah. Why does Lin Chen's appearance seem to have changed?" Tights asked in surprise. "This is Super Saiyan 2, which is already Lin Chen's strongest transformation. It's the first time I've seen him use it in actual combat. This Hit is really terrifying. I've never seen such an expert before. But it seems that Lin Chen is more powerful. Don't worry, Lin Chen will definitely win." Buzz, buzz. As Lin Chen's aura continued to expand, the atmosphere of planet Sadala began to tremble. Sensing the terrifying aura, the Saiyans on the planet were terrified, feeling as if the world was ending. Renso, who was present near the scene, also stared wide-eyed. He finally realized that Lin Chen was actually hiding such terrifying strength. If he used this strength to deal with them just now, I am afraid that the Sadala defense force would have been wiped out in an instant. Hit frowned as he didn't expect Lin Chen to have hidden his strength. However, Hit rushed over without any hesitation. Lin Chen also rushed over without hesitation, with lightning flickering around his body. When their fists were about to collide, Hit launched the time skip skill. Lin Chen suddenly paused. Hit looked calm, and was about to change his position, so as to avoid Lin Chen's attack while attacking his vitals at the same time. Suddenly, Lin Chen, who was supposed to be immobilized, began to move ahead of time. "Sorry, it looks like your time skip skill was broken by me again." Under Hit's surprised eyes, Lin Chen turned his fist into a palm and easily slapped him flying. Oh! Time skip skill stopped immediately when Hit was sent flying. Huh! Hit has been attacked. The scene where Hit wanted to attack, but was easily slapped away by Lin Chen fell into everyone's eyes. But they didn't know how shocked Hit was feeling at the moment. Different from Lin Chen's previous method of breaking it with brute force, this time, his time-skip skill was really cracked. The duration of the time-skip skill against Lin Chen just now wasn't 0.1 seconds. At this time, the corner of Lin Chen's mouth curled up and he disappeared. He was so fast that Hit didn't notice at all. His heart skipped a beat, and he activated the time-skip skill again without thinking, only to be find to his shock that Lin Chen had appeared behind him. Before Hit had time to react, Lin Chen moved again by using time-skip skill and smashed Hit's body. Boom! Hit hit the ground like a meteor, and created a crater on planet Sadala. 0.05 seconds. Hit got up in a sorry state. He finally understood that his time-skip skill could only be used against Lin Chen for 0.05 seconds. What? What happened to my time-skip skill? It was his first time encountering such a thing. Ding! Congratulations host for successfully triggering the beginner martial arts talent, comprehending the skill, time-skip. Hearing the system prompt in his mind, Lin Chen smiled, don't you know? In fact, your time-skip skill can only be effective against opponents whose energy is similar to or lower than your own. Once the strength gap between the two sides is too large, time-skip skill can't restrain the opponent. Transforming into legendary Super Saiyan 2 form caused Lin Chen's current power level to reach nearly 800 million, far surpassing Hit. It was this strength disparity that made it impossible for Hit to restrain Lin Chen. So it's like this Hit was extremely shocked. In fact, since he created time-skip skill, Hit has never encountered an opponent with energy higher than himself, so he never knew that his time-skip skill had such a flaw. Although he was surprised that his unique skill had such a big weakness, Hit quickly regained his senses. It doesn't matter if he has weaknesses, as long as he knows what his weaknesses are, he will be able to make up for it and improve it one day. But this guy. Hit stared at Lin Chen and said, Lynx, you are really an interesting opponent. Thank you for telling me the weakness of time-skip skill, but if you want to use this to make me stop, don't even dream about it. Hit suddenly crossed his hands and his aura rose again. 600 million. 700 million. 800 million. 900 million. Hit's power level rapidly increased again, and finally stopped when it reached 1 billion. This calmness and composure, as well as not knowing where his potential ends, caused Lin Chen to break out into cold sweat. But immediately his lips curled into a smile. No, Hit, you misunderstood. I told you this just to repay you for your favor. Repay a favor? Nonsense, let's see if you can break my time-skip skill this time. Swish. Hit rushed towards Lin Chen, but just before he was about to use time-skip, Lin Chen suddenly spread his 5 fingers and shouted, time-skip. Hit's time-skip skill was already mastered by Lin Chen. What? Before Hit could react, his time stopped. Although this pause lasted less than 0.01 second, when Hit came back to his senses, Lin Chen had already teleported to Han Asia and Tight Side in the distance. Time-skip. Time-skip. Lin Chen and Hit used the time-skip skill again almost at the same time. The effect of using time-skip skill at the same time was that both of them paused together. However, Hit with a power level of 1 billion freed himself from the time-skip far faster than Lin Chen, but with less than 0.01 seconds left, he was too late to get close to Lin Chen. When he used all his strength to chase after Lin Chen in the distance, Lin Chen finally freed himself from the time-skip skill, and then he used instant transmission and disappeared in front of Hit's eyes. What technique is this? Hit stopped in his tracks and looked around, but he didn't find any trace of Lin Chen at all, and even their aura couldn't be sensed. This is simply unbelievable. On planet Sadala, Lin Chen's aura was like the sun in the dark night. It is impossible not to be able to sense it, but Hit has indeed lost Lin Chen's traces. Not only Hit, but the Saiyans on planet Sadala also suddenly discovered that the enormous pressure that was originally surrounding their entire planet disappeared without a trace. When everyone was feeling a rush of relief, many wondered what happened. When the people on planet Sadala were in confusion, on the faraway god of destruction's planet, Angel Vados of Universe 6 covered her small mouth in surprise. It's really hard to believe that he was able to escape from Hit. Hit, the #1 assassin in the universe, could also sometimes fail. It's really interesting. However, how did that kid learn the time skip skill? Hit's time skip skill is already close to the level of gods. Vados narrowed her eyes. She watched Lin Chen in the crystal ball above the scepter, who had already escaped to another planet through instant transmission and resumed the journey to find the Dragon Balls, and said in a low voice, "Interesting kid, but I can't just let you escape this crisis just like that." Then, Vados tapped the scepter lightly a few times. A message was then sent to Hit, who was still looking for Lin Chen's whereabouts on planet Sadala. When he saw the content in the message, Hit was taken aback for a moment before he flew back towards his spaceship. The cat-and-mouse game between Lin Chen and Hit was far from over. 1 year later, Earth time, age 761. Universe 7. Two Saiyans' new spherical spaceships quickly passed through the atmosphere and descended towards a military spaceport in the capital city of Planet Vegeta. Quick, look! Vegeta and Raditz are back. Hurry up and welcome them. Before the spaceships landed, there was already a loud commotion in the spaceport. Many people quickly ran out and rushed towards the planned landing site of the spaceships, preparing to welcome the returning Saiyan, Vegeta and Raditz. Since the first Saiyan tournament, Vegeta and Raditz have become celebrities among the Saiyans. Saiyans always admire the strong, and even though their personalities have become much more calmer than before, this point still has not changed. Therefore, Raditz, who advanced to top 32, and Vegeta, who became the champion, have become idols of many people since then. The two spaceships precisely landed on the landing site. After the hatch opened, Vegeta and Raditz walked out. Salute! Don't know who shouted this, but the Saiyans at the scene immediately saluted the two of them. However, to their surprise, Vegeta and Raditz didn't seem to notice them after they disembarked. Instead, they were arguing about something. Raditz, it's all your fault. If you kept an eye on them, those poachers wouldn't have escaped. Lord Vegeta, the mission requirement was to ensure the safety of those animals first. I didn't have the time to stop the spaceship. If you trained your speed more, you would have been able to make it in time. Under everyone's dumbfounded eyes, Vegeta left the spaceport while scolding Raditz. It turns out that the two received a mission to protect rare animals on a primitive planet this time. The mission requirement was to rescue a group of endangered animals from universe poachers. Although that gang of poachers is a well-known gang in the universe, and had escaped from the Galactic Patrol several times, it was very easy for Vegeta and Raditz to deal with them. But because of the mission requirement, they had to prioritize protecting the animals on the spaceship, which caused Vegeta and Raditz to be a little restrained. Although they successfully rescued the animals, it allowed the poachers to escape from them. Therefore, although they completed the mission, Vegeta was very upset. As an elite among Saiyans, he didn't complete the mission perfectly, which is a great humiliation to him. Seeing that Vegeta was unhappy, Raditz thought for a while and said, "Vegeta, why don't we find another person to join our team? Look, others usually have a 5-member team, and we only have 2 people. Even if you and I are powerful, we can't manage everything by ourselves at times." Hearing Raditz's words, Vegeta stopped in his tracks, turned around and said, "Looking for someone? That's a good idea. Who do you think is suitable? How about Tarbal? He's your brother after all." Raditz suggested. "That trash. Humph. Doesn't taking him mean we're just bringing along a burden?" Vegeta refused without hesitation. "Then what about Metal Cyberman? I heard that recently there is a new model of Metal Cyberman which has a power level in several hundred thousands." Raditz said again. "Humph. Making me carry out missions with that kind of puppet, Raditz, do you want to die?" Vegeta glared at him ferociously, and then said, Raditz, I'll leave the matter of finding helpers to you, you can slowly think about it. I'll go back first to rest. After saying that, Vegeta stormed away angrily, leaving behind Raditz to stand there dumbfoundedly. After thinking hard for a long time, Raditz couldn't think of a suitable candidate who could satisfy Vegeta. At this moment, he found that he had arrived at the door of his house. Opening the door, Raditz found that his father and mother were not here. He thought the two of them had gone out, but at this moment, the holographic message system in the room lit up. The hologram of Bardock appeared in front of Raditz. Hey, Raditz, your mother and I have gone to Earth. As before, if you have any problems, you can solve them by yourself. Did they go to Earth again? Raditz looked at the date of the message, and found that it was from a month ago. Then, those two should be already on their way back by now. Raditz knew that every year, his parents would always go to a planet called Earth at the border of the Milky Way galaxy for a few days. His brother Kakarot, who he has never met, lives on that planet. Raditz suddenly stared. Kakarot. That's right. For a helper, he might just be the right one. Thinking of this, Raditz immediately contacted Vegeta with the communicator. Hearing Raditz's words, Vegeta couldn't help become a little interested. Oh. You actually have a younger brother outside? But didn't His Majesty Lynx issue an order a long time ago, to have all Saiyan families bring their exiled children back to Planet Vegeta? Even Tarbell was brought back by my father. Why wasn't Kakarot? I heard from my father that it was His Majesty Lynx's order to have Kakarot go to Earth. Oh. Why? Vegeta was curious. I'm not too sure about that, Raditz said, however, I vaguely remember hearing my father and mother say when I was a child that King Lynx said that Kakarot will be the future of us Saiyans. Saiyans' future? Vegeta looked disdainful. I remember your brother's power level was less than 10 when he was born, right? Why would King Lynx say such a thing? It's true, Vegeta, their words left a deep impression on me, so there is no mistake. Seeing Raditz so sure, Vegeta pondered for a while and then his voice came from the communicator. Okay, since that's the case, Raditz, let's go to Earth. You want to rope in Kakarot? No. Vegeta sneered, I'm going to see what kind of person he is to be praised like this by King Lynx. Not long after, the two who had just returned to Planet Vegeta boarded their spaceships again and flew towards Earth. However, just when the spaceship of the two left the galaxy where Planet Vegeta was located, a disc-shaped spaceship suddenly appeared from the edge of the dark galaxy. In the spaceship, several aliens in battle armor were observing the two spaceships with all their equipment. A Saiyan spaceship has been detected to be leaving. Check the hull number of the spaceship. It is the spaceship of Vegeta and Raditz. Those two. Didn't they just complete their mission? Why are they going out again? Can you determine their destination? They seem to be going towards the Milky Way galaxy, which is at the edge of the universe. Oh, that's right, Bardock's spaceship also went in that direction before. I remember they went to a planet called Earth. Earth? Is that the place where Bardock goes every year? What the hell is there? I don't know. Report this matter to His Majesty. His Majesty said that no matter how small the matter is, as long as it is related to Saiyans, it must be passed on to him. Soon, a communication signal crossed the Milky Way and was sent to a planet far away in the East area. East area, the headquarters of the army established by Cooler. Spherical spaceships were continuously coming and going outside the atmosphere. The vast sky was covered by spaceships of all sizes, making it extremely busy. Ever since Cooler had to flee in embarrassment during the battle with Lin Chen a few years ago, the Cooler Force ceased all their activities and disappeared from the outside world. However, just when everyone thought that Cooler Force might gradually decline like the disintegrated Frieza Force, King Cooler, who had not appeared in front of everyone for a long time, showed himself again. Cooler Force, which had been silent for a long time, also became active again. Although Cooler Force has not yet started their expedition outside, they have been recruiting soldiers and building spaceships these days. In addition to this, Cooler also recruited some troops from the former Frieza force. Because of Frieza's death, Frieza force that originally ruled the North area has disintegrated, and part of it was brought under Cooler's command. In the central area of Cooler's headquarters, an alien hurriedly arrived at Cooler's palace with a piece of information. On a high platform more than 10 meters high, Cooler was sitting quietly in his egg-shaped hovercraft, leisurely looking at the big screen behind him. On the screen could be seen a wonderful icy and white planet whose surface was completely metallic. Cooler was holding a goblet filled with dark red liquid in his hand, with a cold and evil smile on his face. At this time, the alien from the communication center ran over hurriedly. Before the alien could get close, the trio from Cooler's armored squadron blocked his way. "What's up?" Salza asked. "My lord, it's a message from the secret forces monitoring Planet Vegeta. They observed that the Saiyan named Vegeta may have gone to a place called Earth." "Vegeta?" Salza was taken aback. "It's the Saiyan who is said to be the most likely to become Super Saiyan among the younger generation, the son of the former King Vegeta." Cooler's voice suddenly sounded from behind Salza. Hearing this, the armored squadron and the alien immediately knelt on the ground. Cooler, who was watching the screen, slowly floated over and asked, "What is the information? I want to know all the details." "Yes." The alien began to slowly narrate the information sent by the scouting force. "It turns out that since the battle on planet Ifrit, Cooler's army may have reduced overall, but in fact, Cooler has secretly dispatched a secret force to monitor Saiyans' every move near Planet Vegeta. This force has been monitoring Planet Vegeta for several years. In addition to observing from a distance, sometimes they will disguise themselves as members of the Trading Alliance and go to Planet Vegeta for close observation. Over the past few years, Cooler has also learned many secrets of Planet Vegeta, including that Planet Vegeta now has 3 Super Saiyans, and that the Saiyan martial arts tournament was held on Planet Vegeta. All these news were sent to Cooler. The reason Cooler did it was to prepare for his revenge against Saiyans one day. And now, it seems it is time to start the revenge battle. Salza, I remember it was mentioned in the last few intelligence reports that Lynx hasn't appeared on Planet Vegeta for a long time, right?" Cooler asked. "Yes, my lord." Salza bowed his head. "Since 1 year ago, there has been no news of Lynx, the king of Saiyans. I heard that the surveillance forces have entered Planet Vegeta several times to check, but there are no traces of him. In addition, Queen Hanasia has also been confirmed to have left with Lynx." "Oh ho ho ho, then, there is only one Super Saiyan on Planet Vegeta right now?" Cooler narrowed his eyes. The biting coldness looked as if it wanted to freeze Salza and others' souls. "My lord, this may not be the case." The alien lowered his head and reported, "According to current intelligence, Super Saiyan Bardock has also left Planet Vegeta. After observation, the surveillance force suspects that he may also have gone to Earth." "Earth? Earth again? What's so special about that planet?" "Salza." "My lord, please wait a moment." Salza pressed the scouter a few times and glanced at the data on it. "My lord, according to information, Earth is a low-level planet at the edge of the North area, and it has no worth at all." "Then why are these Saiyans running to Earth one by one?" Cooler asked. This Salza couldn't answer. With his hands behind his back, Cooler floated out of the hovercraft and landed on the ground. There was a gleam in his blood-red pupils. "Salza, assemble the army. We are going to Earth." "Earth? Your Majesty, are you finally going to dispatch the troops? But why aren't we going to Planet Vegeta? Earth is at least a year away from us. There is no need to hurry about Planet Vegeta. Let's go to Earth first to see what is there, which has attracted those Saiyans so much. If we are lucky enough to meet Vegeta, let's kill him first. Those Saiyans humiliated me so much, this king will slowly torture them. I'm going to kill those Saiyan elites one by one first, and when I finally fight the decisive battle with Lynx, I think his expression at that time will be very beautiful. Cooler said with a gloomy expression, and his words were full of renewed self-confidence, as if he thinks nothing of the Super Saiyan. Salza began to tremble with excitement. It's finally here. Your Majesty, what about Big Geek Star? Are you going to use it? Leave it for now, and use its power when we attack Planet Vegeta. Yes. The reorganized Cooler Force, after several years, finally started to move again. In just a few days, tens of thousands of aliens were recruited. Most of these aliens have a power level of several thousand, but there are also quite a few with a power level of more than 10,000, while the power level of the 3 elites of the Cooler Armored Squadron has exceeded 200,000. In these few years, the dormant Cooler Force has not been idle. After observing Saiyans training mode through the secret army, Cooler recommended it and spread it, which caused the Cooler Force's strength to also go through a qualitative leap. Now, under the personal leadership of Cooler, this army embarked on a journey in a spaceship and flew towards Earth. The disc-shaped spaceships gathered together, and when they flew out of the planet, they collectively spread out to their positions. And under the cover of this position, these spaceships gradually vanished, disappearing from space. Your Majesty Cooler, the entire army has entered stealth mode. Okay, set out. The target is Earth. Not long afterwards, Earth. There was a scene of peace here. Since the destruction of the Red Ribbon Army and the death of the great demon King Piccolo, Earth has welcomed a rare period of peace. Apart from the occasional robbery here and there were no major crimes occurring in the world. This caused Goku and the others, who had returned from North Kai's planet, to feel that they had no opportunity to exercise their abilities. Therefore, every once in a while, everyone agreed to hold a gathering at Turtle Hermit's place, to connect with each other and swap pointers in martial arts at the same time. In a dry canyon, Krillin and Yamcha were fighting fiercely. They both were exuding a strange blood-red aura, like two balls of red flames, continuously colliding. The fierce fighting caused their surroundings to shake, making sand fly and stones to hurtle through the air. Boom! Amidst a loud noise, the two figures crossed each other and then landed on the ground, each of them creating a deep mark on the solid rocks. Hoo! Yamcha, you have gotten stronger than before. This shouldn't be the highest multiplier of Kaioken that your body could bear, right? Krillin asked Yamcha opposite him while wiping away his sweat. Yamcha propped his hands on his knees and said with a wry smile, yeah, but aren't you the same? I was lagging behind you on North Kai's planet, and if I don't work hard, I really will not be able to keep up. Hee. We've all gotten stronger, but I wonder how it is with Goku and the others. That guy has his father to help guide him, so he must have gotten even stronger now, right? Back then at North Kai's planet, we were far behind him. I wonder if we still have hope to catch up with him. Also Tien Shinhan and the others must have gotten stronger too. Don't forget about Piccolo. That guy hasn't shown up ever since he returned to Earth. He didn't even attend the gathering. Maybe he has been training day and night. Yeah, we really can't relax at all. Krillin sighed. Since going to North Kai's planet, the strength of their group has gone through a qualitative leap. Different from the original work, Krillin and others in this world trained on North Kai's planet for nearly a year, which is far longer than their time in the original work. Therefore, the improvement of their strength is much higher than that in the original work. Kaioken, North Kai's special skill, has been mastered by everyone. However, although they have become much stronger than before, Krillin and the others still dare not slack off. Because let alone Lin Chen, even in Lookout, there is a monster they couldn't defeat at all. Master Yamcha, the time is up. At this time, Puar flew over from the side and reminded the two of them. Hearing this, Yamcha said, "Let's go Krillin, let's go to Kame House. Let's go. Mount Paozu, Goku's home." Chi-Chi carefully put clothes on Gohan and then said to Goku, "Go early and return early, don't delay Gohan's homework." "Chi-Chi, didn't you agree to let Gohan train?" Goku asked in surprise. Training is training, but he must do homework. As for whether Gohan wants to be a martial artist or a scholar in the future, it is up to him to decide. Isn't that right, Gohan? Gohan, who was only 4 years old, nodded obediently. Because Bardock reunited with Goku, Chi-Chi and Goku were living a much more comfortable life in this world. Outside Earth, gold and diamonds are not rare. When Goku got married, Bardock gave Chi-Chi a lot of gold and gems as a wedding gift under Tite's advice. In addition, Lin Chen also gave a lot of money when they got married, so Goku's family was living a much more comfortable life without any worry about money. Therefore, in this world, Chi-Chi was much less pushy, and little Gohan was allowed to learn a little bit of martial arts. Chi-Chi, aren't you going to Kamehameha with us? Goku helped little Gohan sit on the flying Nimbus and asked. No, today I'm going to a nearby city to choose a kindergarten for Gohan. Our home is in such a remote location. I want Gohan to make more friends in the kindergarten. Oh, Gohan, you can go to kindergarten soon. Are you happy? Huh? Son Gohan didn't understand his father's words and just gave him a blank look. Goku laughed, and then flew the flying Nimbus through the sky and flew towards Kamehameha. At the same time, in a certain corner of Earth, 2 huge fireballs fell from the sky and then they flew past a farm. A farmer saw the 2 meteors pass above his head before falling a few kilometers away. He put down the work in his hand in surprise and drove his car to chase after them. On the grassland a few kilometers away, 2 huge craters with a diameter of more than 10 meters had appeared on the ground. The 2 craters were about 5 or 6 meters deep, and white spacecraft half buried by sand and stones were embedded in the center. Crack! The 2 spacecraft trembled and their hatch slowly opened. Then, Vegeta and Raditz walked out of it. This is Earth. Vegeta frowned. It doesn't look anything special. Raditz jumped out of the crater and saw the farmer driving over. Through the scouter on his left eye, he could clearly see the opponent's strength. A trash with just 5 power level. I really don't understand why father sent Kakarot here. Who are you? The farmer tremblingly raised the shotgun, anxiously pointing it at the mysterious man flying in the sky. At this moment, Vegeta also flew out, which caused the farmer's eyes to widen even more. Vegeta coldly glanced at the farmer and then asked, Raditz, have you suppressed your aura? I don't want to alert them. Your father often comes to Earth, so it's hard to guarantee that he didn't leave a communicator to Kakarot. If Bardock knows we have come here, he might tell us to leave immediately. I have already suppressed it. But Vegeta, do people on Earth really know key sense? Of course, this is what Queen Hanasia told me personally. His Majesty Link's key sense is said to have come from Earth. Oh, Raditz nodded. At this time. Bang! Under Vegeta and Raditz's imposing aura, the farmer finally couldn't bear it and pulled the trigger due to nervousness. But there was only a flash of cold light before Raditz easily caught the bullet. You dare to attack me? Stupid Earthling! Raditz was about to shoot back the bullet, but Vegeta held down his hand. Don't act rashly, His Majesty Link said that we Saiyans can't just arbitrarily slaughter weak races, only cowards bully the weak. Raditz sneered, Vegeta, you really listen to His Majesty ah. Fine, but I can teach him a lesson, right? After saying that, Raditz flicked his fingers and the bullet shot back towards the farmer's car. Boom! The bullet penetrated the fuel tank of the car, blowing it up. Under the flames of the explosion, Vegeta and Raditz slowly flew away into the distance. Since His Majesty said that Kakarot will be the Saiyans' hope, then he should be the strongest person on this planet. Raditz, use the scouter to lock on to his aura. Okay, Vegeta Vegeta, I'm afraid you will be disappointed. The scouter is showing that the most powerful person on this planet has only around 20,000 power level. This person should be Kakarot, right? Raditz said disdainfully. But Vegeta was not as disdainful as Raditz. Idiot. Why do you think that he can't suppress his aura? It's been said that people on Earth can control their ki. Is that so? Sorry, Raditz said timidly. Vegeta simply turned on his scouter, tapped it and said, there is someone with powerful power level in the north not far from here, and that is the second most powerful person on this planet. Let's go and meet him first. After saying that, Vegeta and Raditz immediately rose into the sky, and with a whoosh flew towards the target of the energy reaction. When Vegeta and Raditz thought they had hidden their traces as they began to track down Goku's whereabouts. On lookout. Their each and every move was clearly seen by Kami. Saiyan. Broly, do you know these two Saiyans? Beside old Kami, wearing the Kami outfit, Broly, whose aura looked quite peaceful, was looking towards the mortal world and said, Kami, their names are Vegeta and Raditz, one is the son of the former king of Saiyans, and the other is Uncle Bardock's son and also Goku's big brother. Although it has been many years since he left Planet Vegeta, Broly memories of these two guys who used to harass him were still fresh in his mind. However, Kami was greatly relieved when he heard that one of them was Goku's older brother. So it's Goku's older brother? Then it should be fine. Perhaps. Broly looked at the two people in the mortal world and said without any expression. At this time, in the mortal world, Piccolo in a white cloak was standing on a tall mountain with his head held high in meditation like an old monk. Suddenly, Piccolo opened his eyes and looked at the sky with a sharp look. This Goku? Piccolo muttered to himself in confusion. No, didn't he go to Kamehameha house? Just when Piccolo was puzzling over it, two figures suddenly appeared above him and stared at him condescendingly. It's not Goku. Wait, they are. Seeing the tail behind them, Piccolo's eyes widened. Saiyan. Ha. Vegeta, it's actually a Namekian. This Earth is really interesting, why does it also have a Namekian? Raditz said with a look of disdain. Vegeta crossed his hands and ordered, Raditz, go and ask him if he knows Kakarot. This guy should be a top expert on this planet, and he will definitely know Kakarot. Okay. Raditz landed on the mountain, arrogantly looked down and said, Hey. Namekian, tell me where Kakarot is. Kakarot? You mean Goku? Piccolo asked. You really know him? Tell me where he is. Piccolo glanced at Raditz, then back at Vegeta. Piccolo could feel a much more powerful pressure from that short man than Raditz. He had only experienced pressure like this from two people before, one is Lin Chen, and the other is Broly on lookout. After thinking for a moment, Piccolo said, Goku is having a gathering with his friends. They should be on an island in the south. South? Raditz pressed the scouter, and sure enough, there were several powerful auras gathered in the south. Vegeta, he's right. Let's go. Let's go and have a look. Vegeta flew towards the south without saying another word. Namekian, you are lucky. If we were Saiyans from the past, we would have killed you long ago. Raditz glanced at Piccolo with a sneer, threw these words to him and left. Saiyans, what a terrifying bunch of people. Plus. Once the two of them left, the pressure on Piccolo's body was suddenly relieved. He breathed a long sigh of relief, and also took to the sky, trailing Vegeta and Raditz from far away who were flying towards Kamehameha house. These two Saiyans' origin is unknown, and their target is Goku. Piccolo was not willing to miss such an interesting event. Because the target was found, Vegeta was eager to meet Goku and no longer concealed his aura as he rushed forward with all his strength. At this time, Goku and his group had just gathered at Kamehameha house, and they who hadn't seen each other in a long time were warmly greeting each other and asking about their life. Especially Goku's son Gohan, became their focus, making Bulma and Launch exclaim cute. But at this moment, two powerful auras caused the smiles on Goku and the others' faces to instantly disappear. What powerful auras? Who is coming? Goku said solemnly. It can't be Piccolo, right? Yamcha said while trembling, the two auras actually caused him to tremble unconsciously. At this moment, Krillin suddenly shouted, "They are here." In the sky, two figures quickly neared before they swooped down and landed on the small island where Kamehameha was located. Raditz and Vegeta crossed their arms and fiercely looked at Goku, who had run out of the house. "Hey, Vegeta, Kakarot is indeed here." "Yeah, he looks exactly like Mr. Bardock." Raditz and Goku, Vegeta and Goku. So this pair of brothers and pair of arch-rivals, finally met. "Who are you people?" Goku asked in surprise. Raditz's expression sank. "Huh? Kakarot, you don't even know me?" "Kakarot?" Goku was taken aback, his eyes fell on the tails coiled around their waists, and he exclaimed, "Are you people Saiyans?" "Of course, not only that, Kakarot, I'm still your big brother, Raditz." "Raditz? Did I have a big brother? Why didn't father tell me?" Goku asked in wonder. "Hey, Raditz, is something wrong with him?" Vegeta asked in confusion. Raditz nodded. "Kakarot, you should have seen me when you were a child, why don't you remember? I was hit on the head when I was a child. I still have the scar." Goku patted his head. "So it's like this, forget it. Anyway, you should already know your identity by now, right? I know that father and mother have come to Earth a lot." Raditz said. "Yeah, of course I know." Goku replied. At this moment, Krillin walked over with a smile. "Oh, so it's Goku's big brother, then everyone is friends." "Hello, my name is Krillin and I'm Goku's friend." Krillin smiled and put out his hand for a handshake. But at this moment, Vegeta's tail suddenly slapped Krillin's face. The unlucky Krillin crashed into Kamehameha, and then there was no sound. "Krillin!" Goku shouted and hurriedly said to Launch beside him, "Launch, can you please go and check how Krillin is doing?" After Launch ran into the house, Goku turned around and glared at Vegeta. "Hey, why did you do that just now?" "Humph. I'm a proud Saiyan, how can I be friends with Earthlings?" Vegeta said with disdain. But at this moment, a figure rushed over and slapped Vegeta on the face. Vegeta was stunned, looking at the woman who had rushed over in astonishment. "What are you looking at? What do you mean you can't be friends with Earthlings? Are Saiyans that great? My older sister is also married to your king." Bulma glared at Vegeta and said. "You woman." Vegeta immediately felt a burst of humiliation. When Bulma rushed over just now, he saw that she was just a woman with a power level of less than 100, so he directly regarded her as an ant. He didn't expect that she would dare to take the opportunity to slap him. A strong murderous intent flashed in his eyes, but suddenly, Vegeta remembered something. "What do you mean? Who is your sister?" "My sister is Tights. Your king's wife," Bulma said with hands on her hips. Vegeta's face froze, he didn't expect that the woman in front of him would be the younger sister of Lin Chen's wife Tights. Vegeta knew Tights. Although she was only a woman with a power level of 10,000, her identity caused Vegeta to dare not be disrespectful to her. Vegeta, who was about to murder her, had no choice but to suppress his anger. He could only glare at her, and sent her flying with his aura. "Aunt Bulma." Son Gohan ran to Bulma's side and helped her up. Vegeta snorted coldly, turned to Goku and said, "Kakarot. We came here to invite you to join our team. Raditz and I are in need of a helper. If you are sufficiently strong, I can consider letting you join." "I'm not interested," Goku said without hesitation. "What?" Raditz narrowed his eyes. "I said I'm not interested. I'm a Saiyan who has grown up on Earth, and I only fight to protect Earth. I have no interest in your missions at all. You should go back from wherever you came from. Don't waste time on me." Raditz's expression gradually became gloomy. It was him who gave the idea to Vegeta to look for Kakarot on Earth to join them. Now that Goku is refusing, wouldn't it make him lose face in front of Vegeta? Kakarot. I'm your big brother, you dare not listen to me? Yes. You. Just when Raditz was about to scold him harshly, Vegeta suddenly said, enough Raditz, since Kakarot doesn't agree, forget it. What? But Vegeta, we came all the way here from so far away, how can we just let it be? Raditz asked in surprise. Of course we won't just let it be. Vegeta smiled and looked at Son Gohan beside Bulma. I saw it just now, Raditz, that must be Kakarot's child, right? Hey! What do you want to do? Goku stood in front of Bulma and Son Gohan. What do I want to do? Goku, I heard about you on Planet Vegeta, and I heard that His Majesty Lynx has always called you the future of Saiyans. So I want to play a game with you. I will take away your child. If you want to save him, come and fight with us. I want to see what qualifications you have to be called Saiyans future by His Majesty Lynx. As soon as his words fell, Vegeta's figure suddenly became blurred, and he gave Goku a ruthless kick. Bang! Although Goku reacted in time and reached out to block it, he was sent flying into the sea by Vegeta's kick. Stop him! Krillin and Yamcha yelled, trying to stop Vegeta, but at this moment, another figure suddenly appeared behind them. Bang, bang! One person, one palm, and Krillin and Yamcha fell to the ground at the same time. Vegeta walked up to Son Gohan and was about to take him away when Bulma suddenly blocked him. You can't do this. Aren't you afraid that you will get in trouble with Lin Chen? Lin Chen? Oh, you mean His Majesty Lynx? Don't worry, I won't hurt Kakarot's child, this is just a game, after all. Moreover, His Majesty Lynx is not here now. After saying that, Vegeta was about to reach out to grab Son Gohan, but suddenly saw Bulma trying to slap him again. Bang! This time, Vegeta caught her in time, woman. There is a limit to my patience. Don't think that just because you are Miss Tight Sister, you can humiliate me again and again. I'm going to beat you up. What's the point of bullying a child? Put me down. Bulma suddenly yelled. It turned out that Vegeta gritted his teeth and ruthlessly captured both Bulma and Son Gohan. Son Gohan began to cry loudly, while Bulma yelled and screamed, but she couldn't break free. Tell Goku, I will find a place where no one will disturb us. If he wants to get his son back, he will come and fight with us. If he feels that he is not our match by himself, he can also find some helpers. Anyway, in my eyes, you are all just trash. Throwing a few words to Turtle Hermit and the others, Vegeta immediately flew up and swiftly left Kamehame-ha with Raditz. Gohan. Bulma. Turtle Hermit and others could only watch as the two Saiyans disappeared into the sky with Bulma and Son Gohan. On Earth, when a conflict had suddenly broken out, in the distant Universe 7. Lin Chen stood in front of an enormous Super Dragon Ball as he waved his hand and took it into the system space. This is the third Super Dragon Ball. After returning to the spaceship, Lin Chen happily told Tights and Han-Asia. We've already found 6 Super Dragon Balls. Now we just need the last one. Great! Both Tights and Han-Asia were also very excited. They have been in Universe 6 for too long. While avoiding Hit's pursuit, they had been searching for the whereabouts of the Dragon Balls, and soon it will all come to an end. At this moment, an alarm suddenly rang out in the spaceship. Tight's face froze, he rushed to the console to take a look and exclaimed, Lin Chen, it's Hit's spaceship. This guy, why is he here again? Lin Chen frowned. For so many days, he had been able to shake off Hit using instant transmission, but every time Hit would soon catch up, forcing Lin Chen to keep moving without stop. Several times, when they were replenishing their supplies, they were even caught up, forcing Lin Chen to have no choice but to fight Hit again. Unfortunately, Lin Chen found that every time he fights, Hit's strength would have increased again, and now Hit's strength may have even surpassed Majin Buu's level, and would soon near the power level that he has in the original works Dragon Ball Super. Although after every fight with Hit, Lin Chen's own strength would also improve. But in front of Hit, even Lin Chen, who has grasped time-skip skill and can transform into legendary Super Saiyan 2, couldn't last long at all. Fortunately, Lin Chen has instant transmission, which allows him to keep avoiding danger. However, after hiding for so long, Lin Chen was convinced that behind Hit, there must be some higher-level existence helping him, otherwise, how could Hit lock onto his position so accurately every time? Just bear it for now, wait until we find the 7th Dragon Ball, well then immediately leave this place. While speaking, Lin Chen hugged the two of them, stepped out of the spaceship, and after putting away the spaceship, he used instant transmission again and left the place. Not long after Lin Chen and the others disappeared, Hit's spaceship arrived at the place where Lin Chen and the others had just disappeared. He silently glanced at the empty space around him, and then lowered his head to look at his communicator. Sure enough, after a while, he saw a new set of numbers appear on the communicator. And indeed, they were Lin Chen and others' coordinates. Hit didn't hesitate. After resetting the navigation, he piloted the spaceship again and flew towards the new coordinates. The cat and mouse game continues. Kamehameha, Goku, and the others who slowly came back, had already heard Turtle Hermit explaining what happened. Those tards. They captured Gohan and Bulma. No, I must rescue them. Gritting his teeth, Goku immediately wanted to chase after them, but was stopped by Krillin. Wait Goku, there are 2 of them, I will go with you. I'll go too. Yamcha shouted, Krillin, I'm not belittling you, but that other Saiyan is not simple. Even if the 2 of us were not careless just now, I'm afraid we might still not have been able to defeat him easily. I don't think it's still safe with just the 3 of you. Turtle Hermit said solemnly, although I don't know how strong you have become, the 2 Saiyans just now definitely didn't reveal their full strength. I can feel that they are probably the same as you. They can restrain their aura. What? They are both already so powerful even after restraining their aura. Yamcha swallowed, and suddenly became a little scared. Don't worry. We can help too. At this moment, they suddenly heard a voice. Everyone was taken aback, and they turned around to look, only to see that Tien Shinhan and Kaiatsu had appeared on Turtle Island at some point. Tien Shinhan. Kaiatsu. Everyone was delighted. We sensed 2 astonishing auras flying towards Turtle Hermit's place, and we followed them, but we didn't expect this to happen. Goku, those 2 Saiyans' strength is unfathomable, we will help you too. Thank you, Tien Shinhan. Don't just thank us, there is another person who seems to want to help. Tien Shinhan smiled in the direction of Kamehameha House, and shortly afterwards, everyone saw Piccolo coming out from behind the house. Piccolo! Everyone exclaimed in surprise. Piccolo, why are you here? Goku asked. I followed those 2 guys, Piccolo said. Goku said, then you heard everything just now? Piccolo nodded, that's right. These 2 Saiyans are too arrogant, Goku, I'll go with you too. Goku smiled, Piccolo, why are you helping us? Don't be mistaken, Goku, I'm not here to help you, but to temper myself. Those 2 Saiyans are the best experts I've seen after Lin Chen and Broly. I'm going to use them to test my current strength. Piccolo bared his sharp teeth, his entire body emitting an evil aura. But Goku laughed because he noticed that Piccolo wasn't being truthful. Okay, then let's go there, they didn't hide their aura, it's easy to find them. Goku summoned Flying Nimbus over and planned to chase after them. But at this time, Krillin suddenly said, by the way, Goku, can you guys wait a while before looking for those 2 Saiyans? What's the matter Krillin? I think, just in case, I will go to Korin Tower and get some senzu beans. You guys had better wait for me. Senzu beans? Do we need them? Goku hesitated, but Piccolo said, let him get them. Those 2 Saiyans are not easy to deal with, it may turn into a protracted fight. Fine, Krillin, hurry up, well, go first and wait near those two. Okay. After saying that, Krillin flew towards Korin Tower first. After him, Goku and the others also headed in the other direction, flying away together. When Turtle Island became quiet again, the turtle said, "Turtle Hermit, do you think they can succeed?" "I don't know." Turtle Hermit shook his head, "But the most powerful fighters on Earth have gathered together, so they should be able to defeat those two Saiyans. No. I want to see this battle with my own eyes." "Turtle, do you remember where I put my airplane capsule?" Soon afterwards, Korin Tower. Krillin easily obtained the Senzu beans from Korin. Because of Lin Chen's reminder, Korin has expanded the cultivation of Senzu beans, and at the same time forbade Yajirobe squandering, so there are a lot of Senzu beans in reserve. Oh, I didn't expect those Saiyans to cause trouble. Why isn't Lin Chen controlling them? I don't know either. Mr. Lin Chen hasn't appeared for a long time. I heard that he seems to have gone far away. After getting 10 Senzu beans, Krillin didn't rush back immediately. He looked up at the sky, seemingly lost in thought, and then flew towards Lookout. After a while, Krillin arrived on Lookout and landed in front of a young black-haired young man. Broly. Krillin called out the name of the black-haired youth. But he didn't move and still maintained his original position. With legs crossed, he sat quietly on the edge of Lookout, his cold eyes looking at the mortal world like an unmoving statue. But Broly didn't ignore Krillin and said, "Krillin, you should hurry back since you have obtained the Senzu beans." Krillin touched his smooth head and said with a smile, "I want to ask you about those two people. I remember you are also a Saiyan, right?" Broly said in an indifferent tone, "Vegeta and Raditz, the two of them are quite outstanding among Saiyans' younger generation. But if you use everything you have learned, you should have a chance to defeat them." Krillin frowned. "Broly, can you help us deal with them together? If it's you, you should be able to deal with them easily, right? Please forgive me for refusing, but I will not fight." "Why?" "Broly, you are clearly so strong." "Sorry, I don't like fighting." Broly apologized and closed his eyes, not responding anymore. Krillin looked helpless. Having trained on Lookout, he was aware of Broly's strength, which gives him a bottomless feeling. The only one who gave him this kind of feeling was that Saiyan named Lin Chen before. So he thought, if Broly could make a move, he would be able to easily deal with Vegeta and Raditz. But to his surprise, Broly refused. Although he sensed before on Lookout that Broly didn't like fighting, he didn't expect that even when Goku's child had been captured, he was unwilling to help. "Okay, then I'm leaving, please say hello to Mr. Kami and Mr. Popo for me." After saying that, Krillin flew down to the mortal world. And just after he left, Kami and Popo arrived by Broly's side. "Broly, are you really not going to help Goku and others?" Kami asked. "If you make a move, those two Saiyan should be subdued easily." "Kami, you know why I am," Broly said. "Is it the evil thoughts in your heart?" "But Broly, if you want to control your evil thoughts, you must take the initiative to fight against it. It is useless to run away." Kami said. "I'm sorry Kami, the risk is too great. I have a feeling that if I let my evil thoughts get the upper hand, the world will be in danger." Seeing that Broly still refused, Kami had no choice but to stop trying to persuade him, and instead stood near the edge of Lookout, observing the mortal world. Fortunately, although the enemy this time is stronger than ever, he can also sense that those two Saiyans are not utterly evil. Even if Broly doesn't help, the situation won't get out of hand. Under the blue sky, in a desolate wilderness, Vegeta and Raditz landed with Bulma and Son Gohan. As soon as he landed, he threw Bulma and Son Gohan, who was crying loudly, on the ground with disgust on his face and said coldly, "Woman, control this kid's mouth, if he continue to cry like this, I will kill him." "You bastard, what's the point of bullying a child?" Although Bulma said this, she immediately hugged Gohan. Under her safe embrace, Son Gohan finally stopped crying. TCH. The proud Saiyan's blood is flowing in his body, but he is actually a crybaby. Vegeta spat, his face full of disdain. Raditz, this is the next generation of your family. Oh Vegeta, there's something wrong with this kid. Raditz didn't refute, instead he looked at Gohan with a strange expression on his face. What's wrong? Look at this kid's power level. Hearing this, Vegeta turned to look at Gohan, the detector beeped and a series of data appeared on the lens. What? Power level 7100. This brat? Vegeta was surprised. Although Saiyan's average power level on Planet Vegeta has now far surpassed that of the past, this is all acquired through hard work. But at such a young age like Gohan, most Saiyan's power level is only 1 or 200 at best. Power level surpassing 7,000 is almost the strength of an excellent talented fighter. But at this moment, the two saw that Gohan's power level dropped again, and finally stopped at 200 points. It's only 200, what's going on? Raditz was shocked. Maybe the scouter is malfunctioning. I heard that the scouter was made on the Earth. It's normal for things on this trash planet to be unreliable. Vegeta said. Originally, Bulma couldn't have cared what he said. But the scouter mentioned by the two happened to be improved and manufactured by Bulma herself. As the inventor and manufacturer, Bulma immediately jumped up. Hey! You shorty! What's unreliable? The scouter I made is absolutely reliable, and there is no way it can make a mistake. What? You made this? That's right. Surprised? Bulma said proudly, the scouter you Saiyans use is something that brother Lin Chen entrusted me to make before. Seeing the surprised faces of Vegeta and Raditz, Bulma continued, how is it? Now you know that my relationship with brother Lin Chen is not simple. I advise you to let us go back as soon as possible, otherwise when brother Lin Chen comes back, I will definitely go to him and complain about you to him. Hey, Vegeta, if what this woman said is true, how about we? Raditz was really scared when he heard this. Vegeta was also a little flustered, but with his personality, there is no way he would bow his head to a woman. Fortunately, at this moment, Vegeta's scouter suddenly beeped with a new reaction. Looking at the data on it, Vegeta smiled and said, hey, Raditz, it looks like Kakarot and others are here. They are really impatient, I clearly gave them enough time to prepare. Vegeta sneered contemptuously, then raised his hand and threw an energy ball towards the nearby ground. Boom! With a loud noise, a large hole at least several meters deep suddenly appeared on the ground. Go down! Vegeta waved his hand and blew both Bulma and Gohan down into the big hole. Falling into the hole, Bulma hugged Gohan and cursed, you shorty, you think you can imprison me like this? Then, she was about to use flight technique and leave with Gohan, but she saw a weird-looking alien whose body was exuding a metallic luster suddenly appear above her.